Hey everyone, it's Laura here from makingcardswithfun.com, and it's time for another Saturday Assembly carding video. Today I'm going to be starting out with a piece of white watercolor paper, and I'm going to cut that a tiny bit smaller. I'm going to cut this to 4-inch, and then it just measures 4-inch by 5.5. I'm going to be doing some watercoloring, so I'm going to use these watercolors from Cure Take. These are the Glossy watercolors, and this is just a beautiful box of different kinds of colors. I'm going to use number 34 today, and I'm also going to use number 10, which is just a white, just to blend that red a little bit. It's going to turn this more into a soft pink. So I'm just going to grab some water. I'm going to pick up some of that bright purple color. Then I'm going to take my white. I'm just going to clean my paintbrush, and I'm going to take some white. I'm going to be using quite a lot of that since I really want it to be a very soft pink. Okay, that should be enough. And then I'm just kind of going to blend that pink. So I'm just going to create one area. Okay, so now I'm going to add a second layer of this paint, and this time I'm going to use quite a lot of water because I want this to be like a very soft wash of pink paint. So I'm just going to use it behind that dark area. Well, it's not really behind, but it looks like this wash of color is painted behind the darker area, just because we're using a lot of water. I'm going to use these wood shapes from Dear Lizzie. This is from the Serendipity collection, and I'm going to use the beautiful donut shape. So I'm just going to loop some white thread on this card, so that will look pretty cute behind the donut. So anyway, I'm going to adhere this donut using some foam squares. Just going to use about 4 of these little foam squares. Okay, so now I'm going to add a sentiment on that card. I will be using the Donut You Know stamp set from Reverse Confetti for that. So I'm going to use the greeting Sweet Thanks. So for the sentiment, I'm going to create a vellum banner. I'm going to ink up my stamp using Versamark ink since I will be doing some embossing. And I'm going to stamp that sentiment on some vellum from Bazzill. Then I'm going to sprinkle that piece of paper using Wow Opaque Bright White embossing powder. The embossing powder using my heat tool. And I'm going to add a couple of dots of this multi-medium matte from Ranger. So I just added a little bit of that adhesive on my craft sheet, and now I'm going to use like this tool that you normally use to score paper, and I'm just going to use that to add dots of that glue. Adhere that onto the card. Just folding over those edges, and I'm going to add some of my regular Tombow adhesive at the back. So over here I have a standard size A2 card, and I'm going to add some pattern paper at the edges of that note card. So I'm using this beautiful pattern paper from the Serendipity 6x6 paper pad from Dear Lizzy. And then I'm going to cut 2 tiny strips of about half an inch cardstock, or just a donut piece, onto this card using some foam squares. And then I'm going to line this up it's super simple, by the way. Just going to put my card on my desk like this. Then I'm going to line up this piece of paper with my work surface. Just going to center this, and then I can just easily adhere it. There we go, and then it's complete. Okay, so I'm going to be adhering some enamel dots and some Pretty Pink Posh sequins. These enamel dots are also from the Serendipity collection from Dear Lizzy. Just going to simply adhere them onto the card. They already have a little backer sheet on there, or adhesive I mean, so it's just very easy. And then I'm going to adhere these Pretty Pink Posh sequins using Glossy Accents. I'm using the Pink Peonies 6mm and 4mm sequins, and then also the Sparkling Clear 6mm and 4mm sequins. Okay, so that finishes up the card for this week's Saturday Sunday carding video. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will be back next week. Bye!